Hi legends, nice little dump here from the price of Bitcoin, and we were expecting a little bit of more upwards momentum. I was at least expecting us to go and claim that local high that we formed this morning at $58,226, and then we got a little bit of a dump here to the downside. Can the price of Bitcoin recover, legends? That is the question. Let's go and analyze, do some education like I love to do, and see where the price and the probabilities lie at the moment. Are the probabilities higher for upwards momentum, or are the probabilities still in the camp of lower levels to come from where we are right now? Right, legends, let's get into it. Let's say hi to the community over here. Mr. Dev, how's it, 𝗬𝗍𝗫? Welcome to the stream. Julian, hi, 𝗬𝗍𝗫. Welcome, legends. 𝗬𝗍𝗫𝗽, hi. Irina, welcome, as always, on the live stream. Frank, morning, 𝗬𝗍𝗫. The German government is dumping. Now, we can talk a little bit about the German government. Legends, let me switch myself on over here. Let me know if the music is too loud in the background, as long as you can hear my voice crystal clear. Okay, let's do this. Right, legends. What an unexpected dump here to the downside. And you can see I've got many trends that I'm tracking, the momentum, the breakouts, you know, and all we want is volatility at the end of the day. We want volatility in order to make money. I counted the impulsive wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really looked impulsive. This really looks corrective. Okay, but this corrective structure can still last a bit longer, where we can range, and we can range before we see either the fake out to the upside or the breakout, or the momentum here to the downside. Okay, so the range can still continue for a little bit longer, and that's what it looks like Bitcoin wants to do over here. It looks like it wants to continue the range. Okay, right. Legends, let me just catch my marbles over here. And before I jump here into the local price action, what I would like to do is just fix my stuff over here so I can clean up my chart. Put this into today, and then let's do this nice, clean, fresh chart. Okay, right, so it's us with our Picasso drawings that makes these things sexy and makes sense. It always amazes me how we can stare at little candles that go up and down and try and make sense of the mess over here to put a little bit of money in our pockets. Okay, right, legends, what I would like to do over here is just quickly dive onto the daily time frame, and then we can go and analyze. As per my update this morning, we were expecting a little bit of more momentum here to the upside, and now we've got a little bit of a dumpy action. Okay, let's go, and we can go and analyze that in a moment. Right, legends, what I first wanted to show everyone over here, okay, is when I'm here zoomed out onto the daily time frame, I want to quickly just talk about this scenario. Okay, it looks great, doesn't it? Okay, it looks great. It looks like there's still bullish momentum that can continue here to the upside. Right, Yokasta, hello, smash the like. Thanks for the TA, 𝗬𝗍𝗫. Pleasure, only a pleasure. Joe Bennett, lost sound, mate. Did everyone lose sound? It looks good on my side. It looks like the feed is working. Let me know if everyone can still hear me. Joe is saying lost sound. Okay. MK1 Alexander, Z Germans. Okay, we can go talk about that in a moment. Sound is okay. Thanks, Irina. Thanks for letting me know. Maybe just perhaps refresh the YouTube page on your side, because on my side it does look good. Sound is good. It's actually clipping into the red, so it should be nice and loud for everyone to hear. Okay, right, legends. What I quickly wanted to talk about this scenario over here is that there's two scenarios that I'm watching from this structure perspective. This is the one that I have discussed in depth to say that based on this structure over here, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are busy with a fourth wave, and then we still expect an impulsive wave here to the upside to go and complete number 5. Based on this structure, this correction can still last a little bit longer, okay, before we find the momentum back to the upside. And the reason I say that is that the common FIP wave targets, okay, taken a FIP from the wave 2 to the top of 3, and just make sure that it's nicely there on top, okay, says that a minimum target considered for a fourth wave is here by the 50% fib level, and we've only now tapped the 0.382, which is also a fourth wave target. So fourth wave target, and we don't really want to come down to the 618, but I mean, if you switch your chart to the logarithmic, okay, still a possibility for upwards momentum. I'm not going to go through those scenarios just in a moment. If this scenario, legends, is still in play, and I take a time fib and I compare how long it took the correction of 2, okay, from the top to where 2 ended, and I put it on the top of where 3 now ended, you can see we're not even at the 1-to-1 ratio, okay. Here is the 1-to-1 ratio. Right, so we can still consolidate till August, okay, mid-August. Hi, Crypto Big Brains. Thanks for joining the stream. Sorry I'm late, but I'm ready for class. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so this is basically what I wanted to highlight over here, is to say that if this 3 is in, if the 3 is in, this correction can still last a lot longer. We can still smack down, smack up, smack down, and then we have the breakout to the upside, where we will complete the 1-to-1 ratio. And fourth waves are known to be a little bit longer than the second waves. So I mean, legends, this correction can even last as long as Jan next year, just to make it clear that fourth waves can be very lengthy from a corrective structure perspective before you see the breakout to the upside. But for now, let's just bank here on the 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so from this perspective, everything still balances and we can still buy up the dips. And I see there's a lot of whales from a sentiment perspective, and what I see on the whale alerts, there's a lot of whales buying up the dips over here. And I'm sure as we move lower, they will keep on buying. So you can see that smart money is still buying where we are right now. Okay. And I'm sure that they will be more aggressively buying the lower we dip over here in preparation for that final leg up to potentially come and claim that $100,000 mark that everyone is eyeing. Okay, then there's another scenario. But I must say, this scenario for me carries higher probabilities than the scenario that I'm about to show you. Okay, there's another scenario that I quickly want to highlight where 3 is not in. Okay, just want to click here. 5 still needs to be completed, and we can now start moving some of the things around. 4 needs to be in, okay, and right, you just leave the structure like this for now. Right, legends, for this scenario, okay, 3 basically moves to the top over here, and there we go. This scenario is a little bit more bullish, okay. Actually has to now move here, because I mean we can't just do that, right? Okay, move up. Okay, you guys get the picture. Sorry, and then we do that. Right, that looks better. Okay, the look and feel has to look right as well. Okay, so this scenario is also still on the cards, where we are still busy with the larger third wave. It has not completed, where you can see, okay, this is right. This is 5 waves. Remember, 5 waves in each structure, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to see an impulsive wave here to the upside to go on complete number 3. Then we are going to make a 4th wave and then have another leg up here to the upside, which is slightly more bullish, because then we have leg up, leg up. Okay, so let me know in the comments which camp you guys feel is going to play out. The reason this scenario at the moment carries lower probabilities, I'm going to go through here in a moment. Okay, get some popcorn ready over here. Right, now I have to move my fib, okay, to this number 2 over here, because 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and you can see how deep we've corrected already. We have now tapped the 0.58, okay, or the 50% fib level, which is considered the maximum target for a 4th wave. So you want C to be finished, okay, which completes your 4th wave, and you now want to see impulses back to the upside. Right, so this scenario basically means that the low has to be in or very close to being in, okay? We have to see the low, perhaps a small little swing failure from the local lows that we've made, but the low needs to be in for this structure to still be valid, because we are here at the maximum target for a 50% FIB level, okay, from a fourth wave perspective. Right, the reason I don't really like this structure is because of what happened over here. Okay, let me show you guys. And I can show you many examples of where these scenarios play out. So obviously we are here on the daily time frame. It takes a bit longer to play out. But when you have, okay, a push up, right, and you make your first low, okay, you have nice green volume kicking in, you have momentum to the upside, you make the first low, and then you start ranging. Probability state, when you tap the level for the first time after you've made the low, okay, price needs to move away like it did over here, but not tap it for a second time. So you really wanted the bullish structure to continue here to the upside from this entry perspective. So nonetheless, a beautiful entry over here. But now we've tapped it for a third time and we've tapped it for a fourth time. This increases the probabilities that you're going to fill the entire inefficiency, and we haven't filled it yet. Okay. So based on what I'm showing you over here, there's still a high chance that we can come down to $50,000, $52,000, $50,000 in that region to come down, tap the 0.618, which then will invalidate this scenario. Okay, which means the 3 is in. We're still busy with a bigger fall, and we're going to make one more explosive move here to the upside. Right, I hope that makes sense, legends. I tried to explain it as simply as I possibly could. So there is still a chance. There is a chance, slight little chance, legends, that we can turn around from here and start building impulses to the upside, okay, to go and finish this structure. Right, do you guys see? Still bullish. Both structures are still bullish. The one, the correction can still last a lot longer, and the other scenario is, this scenario is the low has to be in. Okay, you really want to see the low, if not in already, or maybe one last swing failure from the lows, but it cannot go deep up until the $50,000 mark or $52,000 mark over here. So there's a chance, legends, that we can find bullish momentum back to the upside, or we're going to range for a little bit longer before we get the explosive fifth wave. Okay, so that basically wraps it up from what I wanted to show you guys over here. Right, let me know in the comments, which way are you guys leaning? Okay, let's just switch this off. Let me go through some comments. Say hi to the community. Remember, legends, down in the description of this video, my favorite exchange that I use to do daily trading, Bluffin, no KYC, one of the biggest sign-up bonuses. All you need is an email and a password. You sign up in a couple of minutes, you can start trading. Speaking about Bluffin, I did take a trade today on Bluffin that was unsuccessful, but a very, 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 very small stop loss. Okay, and I'll explain why and how I entered the trade and why I exited the trade. I actually exited the trade before the stop loss got hit because of something that I spotted. So, you know, never be scared to exit a trade based on the price action that you see in front of you. Okay, legends, now it brings us to where we are right now. This little structure over here. Okay, let me say hi to the beautiful community. Hello, smash the like button. Yes, smash up the like for the education and the alpha over here. Sorry I'm late. Crypto Brick Brains, I've read that already. Aditya, welcome to the stream. And Germany. Guys, let's quickly talk about the Germany thing. Let's go on to the monthly time frame. I just want to explain something to you guys over here. Okay, this is my perspective and my analysis. And guys, when you look at the monthly time frame, okay, do you guys see over here the previous bull cycle? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 6 green months in a row without stopping. when you have massive bullish momentum like this to the upside, okay, a correction is healthy. The market moves in waves, right? And then you have another high, you take the high, and then we went into the bear market. What I'm seeing over here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of green action here to the upside, and we haven't had a healthy, I'm talking about a healthy correction to continue the bullish momentum to the upside. So this that I'm seeing over here for me is still a healthy correction. It's not bearish. We're not going back to $10,000 yet based on the price action that I'm seeing over here. It is simply healthy for the market to take a little bit of a reset, flush out the longs before the momentum continues to the upside. You guys have to remember that the market moves in waves, okay? And corrections are very healthy even if you have upwards momentum. So what I wanted to say about the Germans selling the money and Mt. Gox and all the FUD that's currently happening is the market often looks for reasons as to why the price is dumping. But I can tell you guys now, based on the market cap of Bitcoin and how much money is inside of Bitcoin at the moment, that what has been sold by the Germans and Mt. Gox is a drop in a bucket. Okay, this to me is a healthy correction, and the market is just looking for bearish news to pin it to what is happening over here. Right, technically, without me knowing any news that is happening in the world, I will look at the structure and be like, oh, this is healthy. This is healthy for the market. Let's continue the trend. Perhaps we come down, we bounce on the trend, and we will continue the momentum up. Okay, if I'm completely isolated, okay, from market sentiment and from market news, and I look at the structure here to the upside, and I simply use my one-line trend over here, you know, where I connect this trend over here, okay, having a nice little pump here to the upside and having a correction back to the home line, which I refer to as the home line, is healthy. And I can guarantee you guys, the entire market on social media will find reasons why the price is pumping. They will find reasons why we're consolidating. They'll find another reason, and they'll find another reason. But technically, this is what the chart is supposed to be doing. And people will just pin reasons to why we're experiencing the dumpy action to the downside. I can tell you guys now that Mt. Gox and the Germans do not have enough Bitcoin, okay, to cause massive corrections like this to the downside. If you take what they are selling compared to the market cap of crypto, cannot cause this. FUD, yes, the news that they are selling is most probably panicking a lot of people out of the market. So it's causing a ripple effect for more people to sell over here. Okay. Right. I just wanted to give everyone some clarity in terms of how I'm looking at the market from a structural perspective and from a technical perspective, is that I can trade the markets without looking at any fundamental news, purely based on technicals. And true as Bob, when I go into the social media, I'll find the reasons why this is happening. But from a technical perspective, I know, okay, we are due for correction, okay, and perhaps a recovery back up. And I can guarantee you, if we do get this leg here to the upside, there will be many reasons as to why we are pumping. Okay. Right, legends, let me go back here onto the 1 hour time frame. Now that I got that off my chest, I just wanted to give you guys my perspective on how I see things. Right, and let me know, you know, you're here to disagree. Right, Germany sold 550 million. Yes, I've seen the news. Okay, Devil says the odds are in the favor of us all working at McDonald's. Well, if you enjoy making burgers, why not? You know, if you enjoy making burgers, let's do it. I'd like to think the first option would play out. Yes, I'm also a little bit more in the camp of the first option, but I mean, I have to present both options to you guys, because if we just start recovering from where we are right now, if we just start recovering, I want to be able to say that I've looked at both sides of the coins, and then that second scenario that I've shown you is now busy playing out. Okay, anyone want to apply for head and finance department in Germany? Okay, Subdevil from South Africa, market. Welcome to the live stream. Yes, fellow South African here in the live stream. Welcome. Right, legends. So now, looking at this structure over here, okay, let's switch on some analysis and make sense of the chart over here. So basically, legends, what I was looking at is this being an impulsive structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and an ABC. Okay, it can be a WXY, it can be, there's many corrective structures. I just want to keep it simple over here. The beauty about this corrective structure, whatever you want to call this corrective structure, is that we bounced on, if you take a fib from the low to the high, we bounced on the 786 to perfection. We also had, if I switch on my point of controls, a naked point of control inside of this area. So if I switch on my session volume profile, wait for it to load up. Okay, you guys will see naked point of control. You guys see how powerful these levels are, okay? Especially when you have confluence. You have confluence, you have this 0.786. You have a naked point of control. Also, when you take a fib extension from the highs to the low, to the high that we've made here, A, B, C, okay? You can see that we've tapped the 0.618 to perfection. Right, I just want to make this bigger so everyone can see clearly. I know it gets a bit messy. I'm just painting the scenario over here, how powerful it was to get in at this level. Okay, beautiful long year to the upside. I was hoping for the structure to claim the highs over here, but we haven't done that. Right, which tells me that this is still part of a corrective structure. This can be a three-wave structure, three-wave structure, three-wave structure, three-wave structure, and it can just continue, three-wave, 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 three-wave. But we're yet to make money, and that's why I rip out my trends, my Fibonacci's, and then I can make trading decisions to the up or to the downside. Right, let me take some of the stuff out here, clean it up. Okay, now, legends, where we are right now is, let me switch on my trend lines. I'll be honest with you guys. Let's see. Okay, let's go on to the 15-minute. I want to look at this structure over here. Okay, before I started the stream, what I wanted to tell you guys is, okay, we broke out. We broke out with nice green volume kicking in out of this trend. Okay, we broke out. This was a really, really, really nasty deep retracement, but I do like that we bounced on the 786 over here, okay, taking a fib from the lows to the highs. So one could argue that the structure is still bullish because we didn't tap the 0.88. Okay, what I then look for is, firstly, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like that we tipped below the trend over here. I really don't like it. And now you can see we have this support box that I have over here. Okay. Let me show you guys this. Okay. We struggled. And finally we broke through with a little bit of green volume over here. And then we came back for retest. Okay. We broke down and we retested it now as resistance over here. So this support box or resistance box now at the moment is quite critical for me to make a bullish or a bearish decision. And you can see we've already retested it here now recently as resistance. So for me to switch bullish is very simple. Okay, simple technical analysis without making things very complicated and counting Elliott waves here to the upside and to the downside. What I'm looking at, let's just switch off the trends over here, make it nice and sexy and clean. What I'm looking at is I want to see us reclaim the support or the resistance at the moment. I want to see price action break through, okay, retest it as support, and then I'll be like, this is where I'm going to be looking for a long. Not as we are breaking out. I want to see a retest for a long decision, okay? Then I will switch bullish. For now, I'm not bullish. I am bearish at the moment because we are still below resistance, key resistance here at the moment, and I actually want to make it red. Okay, this is now resistance. we did break through with high volume, and I thought, okay, because we retested it, as per my morning's update, what I said is I want to see this level hold, okay? We broke through during my update this morning. We retested it beautifully over here, and that's why I took a long entry on Bluffin, okay? So when I go into the smaller time frames over here, I was tracking. Let me show you guys. So let me take you through my trading that I got stopped out this morning. Is I had a trend line over here. Okay, that was my trend before we saw this price action over here. We had a nice little breakout. I entered, okay, but then when we came back for the retest, we started forming bearish CVD, okay, and my TP was the highs. I was still expecting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe a larger ABC correction. So I was trying to trade the fifth wave here to the upside, which we didn't get, obviously, now with the price action that we can see now. But then when we start ranging over here, I saw bearish CVD, and I was like, I'm out. Okay, and then I cashed out the position. And let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm here on the 3-minute time frame. Let me refresh it, make sure that it's nice and clean. Okay, purely from an education perspective. Okay, right. We came down. I think there's the trend. We broke out, and then I saw this. Okay. High, higher price action, lower high, okay, bearish. I saw that. I was like, okay, I'm out. Right. And then, funny enough, we came back down, right, higher lows, and then we made bullish CVD. Okay. But then we climbed up. We took the high, of which this was a target. We did take the high, and then we came back down. Right. And then we started making more bearish CVD. You can see the price running down and CVD running up here. More bearish, local bearish CVD. And I was like, I'm out. Okay, I'm out the trade. I don't like what I'm seeing over here. So what I like about CVD is it gives me live information in terms of what the price is going to do next. Okay. Right. And then based on what I read over here, I exited the trade. Now I'm waiting for the next trading opportunity. So based on where we are right now, just looking at CVD, very, very, very neutral. Okay, I don't see any bullish or bearish CVD just as yet. Okay, so we'll have to wait for a little bit of a more of a range to form over here. Okay, legends, how do I get that market? How do I get that indicator? Is it a paid for indicator? No. You go to charts.aggr.trade, and it's a free indicator for anyone to use. Okay, it might look a little bit different than mine. I've got some settings that I've put in here. You can upload scripts, you can play around with the settings over here, but the default one will have a green line for a CVD line, and it works exactly the same in terms of how I'm analyzing it right now with everyone. Okay, so it's free. No sign up, no email, no credit card, nothing. It's a free indicator that you can use. So is the liquidity heat map that I use over here on coinglass.com. Also a free liquidity heat map that I use. Okay. Also based on my breakout that I played, just want to see if everyone can see. Okay, I was waiting for us to claim that liquidity here above. That would have been beautiful to claim the liquidity above. Right, legends. So now what I want to see, switch on my trends again. I know it gets messy. I know it really gets messy. Okay. What I would like to see is we now currently have acceptance back. Okay, this is at least some bullish signs that I see over here. Some bullish signs. We have broken out. We lost the trend, but now we have acceptance back above. Okay, so I want to see us stay above this trend. Okay, if we come up and we come back for a retest, ideally what I would like to see is some bullish CVD building up to give me confirmation that we're going to find momentum here to the upside and then break this fresh trend that I've drawn over here. Okay, basically connecting this pivot, and then there's a little bit of a wedgie scenario going on here. Do you guys see a little bit of a bullish wedgie scenario? Okay, let me go back onto the 10-minute. Zoom out a little bit so everyone can see the candles a little bit better. Okay, so I can take this one out the way, don't need that. And Right, I'm just going to leave it at this for now. We can actually take this trend out. Okay, just clean it up here a little bit. So, legends, what I would like to see is for us perhaps to range inside of this wedgie scenario, okay, which is a bullish structure, by the way. So if we can stay above the trend, right, we can retest resistance, 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 and then you're going to have the breakout. That's where I'm going to pay attention. Do we break out and fake out, can't break resistance, or do we break resistance and then when we come back for the retest, that's where I'll be interested. Okay, for continuation to the upside to come and claim the high. Right. And the reason I'm saying that there's still a potential for upwards momentum is because we didn't tap the 0.88. That I like. That if we tap the 0.88, I would have told you guys there's a high probability that we're going to take the low over there. Okay. But also, what I want to highlight is that when I go back onto the 1 hour time frame, just clean this up, okay, and I take a normal fib extension, right, from the low to the high to the low that we've made over here, okay, whether this is an ABC or a 1, 2, 3 to the upside, I actually don't care, right? I just want to trade the momentum. So if this is an ABC here to the upside, and if you are favoring the second scenario from an Elliott wave perspective that I've shared, is that this scenario carries higher probabilities that you can reject by the 1-to-1 ratio at $59,420, okay, and the 1.236, right? Common C wave targets where you're going to reject in this area. And the only some confluence that I do see is if I take a fib, normal fib here from the highs to the lows. Okay, let me just make those lines a little bit thicker so everyone can see them. You can see that this box is here above the 618 inside of the golden area, and perhaps, confluence with these highs over here where you swing failure from those highs and you get acceptance back below. And if this scenario plays out, there's a high chance that you're going to come claim the lows again, okay, where you have a wave, a wave, a wave. Can you see? High, lower, low, okay? So you're basically continuing the momentum to the downside, right? This is the C wave perspective. It can extend, okay? And this is the tricky part. A C wave can extend up until the 1.618. And this is where things are going to get a little bit tricky, that if we do move up to the 618 over here, this can definitely be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then it's impulsive. If I'm going to see a 5-wave structure like this here to the upside, I'm going to say, hang on, perhaps an ABC correction and continuation. Okay, but I mean, we'll analyze that situation when we get there. But I just want to highlight that we can definitely hit $62,583 as an extended C wave target or a third wave here to the upside. Okay, legends, I'll be honest with you guys. What looks really interesting to me about this entire structure is that when I look at, okay, let me delete some of these things. When I look at the larger, let's go onto the 4-hour time frame over here, right? This resistance looks really nice. I'll be honest with you guys. This resistance looks really nice, but also bullish in a way that if we find momentum here back to the upside, okay, big resistance zone that we have to crack over here, big resistance zone. But what I like about this resistance zone is that if I take a fixed range profile from this entire consolidation area, okay, we're going to be back inside the range, baby. Okay, that is potentially very bullish. Okay, back inside the range. So even if we reject here in this resistance box over here, okay, you want to see a retest for continuation to the upside to come back to the top of the range at $70,000. Right, legends, that's basically the scenarios that I can think of. Okay, let me go through some comments over here. Lastly, what I'm also spotting over here is that this could have, I want this to be a swing failure pattern. For those of you that don't know what a swing failure pattern is, when you have a clear pivot, okay, clear pivots like this, clear pivots, a clear pivot over here, and price moves down and it gets acceptance back above that level, it's usually considered a swing failure, where you failed to move down, you grab the liquidity and you stop out everyone that had their stop losses here, you stop all of them out, and then price continues in that direction, okay, or in the opposite direction. That's considered a swing failure pattern. Failing to break through or failing to continue, okay. Right, so one thing that I also mentioned during my update this morning is that I want to see us hold this level. And at the moment, we are trading below. So this morning, when we were trading over here, it really looked good. We were above. It looked like a successful swing failure pattern. And now we are trading below. Okay, so we need to, that small little red box that I have over there, we need to break through. And you will see that that small little red box that I have over there is in confluence with that low. Okay. So for me to switch bullish, I want to see us reclaim this resistance, reclaim it, flip it into support, and then there's a chance that we can go to higher levels. Right, but for now, while we are trading below, there's still a high probability that we can come down and claim this low and even, right, well, basically this low over here. This is the low that we've made here at $53,404. Okay. Right, let me see what is going on here in the comments. Thanks. Good afternoon, Mr. 𝗬𝗍𝗍𝗽. Have you got any thoughts on Pendle? It seems it can't get any lower. And give the price. If ETH pumps just a bit, Pendle will moon. Right, I'm not sure about Pendle. There are thousands and thousands of altcoins out there. I will go and have a look at some of the altcoins in a moment. BTC just dumped too much. Yeah, I'm not going to read that out loud, or should I say too much stuffery? Yes, too much stuffery. Price of Bitcoin is really stuffing around over here, and it feels like we have like a 50% chance. Okay, when you take a fib from the low to the high, we did bounce at the 786. Also a fib from this low to the high, we also bounced at the 786. So it's looking both, you know, and we're trading below a critical resistance area over here. So it's looking bullish and bearish. It literally is. I'm sitting on the fence over here. Okay, I'm really sitting on the fence over here. Like, this structure needs to give us direction, and like I said, I will turn bullish once we reclaim this resistance box over here. I will then look for long entries here to the upside. For the moment, I'm sitting on my hands. Okay, let's go back onto the 5 minute. I just want to see. I think we've got all the trends already in here coming. Let me just take this out. Right, the most obvious trend, Legends, is the one over here. Okay, so basically, keeping it simple is you basically want acceptance back above the resistance. You want to break the trend. You want to come back for retest, and you want to hold it. You want to hold it for continuation to the upside to come and claim the high and the local highs that we've made over here. Okay, high chance that if we can flip this resistance into support, we have a chance to claim the high, and even go a little bit higher than that. Right, but where we are right now, it's not looking good. Okay, we have some work. Bitcoin has some work to do, and also from a CVD perspective, I don't see any bullish CVD just as yet. Right, so remember, Legends, for those of you who'd like to come and trade with me, no KYC option, Bluffin, my favorite exchange that I'm currently using. All you need is an email and password to sign up and come trade with me. Right, Legends, so these are the critical levels that I'm watching at the moment. What I wanted to do over here is I just wanted to mark out this level over here. Okay, remember the range high and the range low strategy. I wanted to use just another example. If I go onto the 8-hour time frame, I want to show you guys how often this plays out. Okay, a lot of people don't believe me. I love the range high and the range low strategy. Okay, you have a pump, you make your first low. Okay, you tap it for the first time, you want price to move away. You tap it for the second time, you're going to come fill the gap. Played out, okay, filled the gap, and we went lower, right? Tick. Also, yeah, range high, range low strategy, but I mean, this one just failed dismally. We made the low, we tapped it, we traded below, and we eventually filled the gap. There were so many that played out over here, Legends. Also here, range low, you tap it for a second, third time, you fill the gap. Okay, there's many examples that I can show you guys here on the smaller time frames. And even on the 5 minute, 1 minute time frame, they happen and they play out all the time. So from a price target perspective, when I look at the daily time frame over here, I am still leaning in the camp that we could find lower levels because this is the level. Okay, I'm going to take my magnet and I'm going to snap it on here, right? That is the level, $50,990. Okay, that is the level that I think still needs to play out because we have tapped the range low multiple times already. Okay, so probability state that you need to fill the inefficiency up until $50,990, and definitely there's a possibility that you can come down to lower levels. Also on the daily time frame or on the 12-hour time frame, let me go back to the daily. I'm looking at this area, okay? The previous bull cycle, when I take a fixed range, you will see value area high over here. Okay, we have broken out of the value area high over here. We've broken out and we've never come back for a healthy retest. We smashed through. You can see how the point of control over here. Okay, let me just move it ever so slightly so it makes sense. We smashed through the point of control and we came back for retest. We smashed through the value area high, but we haven't come back for retest just as yet. Okay, so a healthy retest together with filling the inefficiency over here, nice little bounce here on top of the value area high, could give us that one more spring here to the upside. And that value area high is at $49,436. Okay, so still, and that's what I'm saying, on the larger time frames, I'm still bullish. We haven't broken any major critical structures for me just to turn bearish where we are right now. Right, great area of support over here, especially with the value area high, okay, where you test it as support and you continue the momentum to the upside. You broke through the point of control, you tap the top of the range, you tap the bottom, and you continue. Okay, this could just be a simple retest for continuation here to the upside. Obviously, from a bearish perspective, okay, if you get acceptance back inside the range, you break down with high volume, okay, selling pressure, red volume kicking in. You retest it as resistance, right? I will be here telling you guys, we are in trouble, because as soon as you get acceptance back inside a range, you increase the probabilities that you're going to go to the point of control, which actually has nice confluence with this trend. Okay, where you want to see the bounce to get back outside, or you're going to come back to the bottom of the range at $30,000. That's quite low. Okay, that is really low, but I need to just explain the bearish scenarios here as well. So $39,000, potentially worst case scenario for us, preferred case scenario $49,000, and let's see how this plays out. Okay, right. Let me go through some comments. BT, okay, I've gone through that. Regarding Elliott wave, how would you label today's price? 5 waves up, and now we have ABC down with this drop. Or, okay, let's go and see what is cooking over here. I just want to tell you guys that corrective structures can be very complex. Okay, I do see, I'll be honest with you guys, it does look definitely like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It really looks impulsive here to the upside, okay? But C waves can also be impulsive. C waves are 5-wave structures, okay? So we have 5 over here, right? This could potentially be a ABC or a WXY. You get many corrective structures. But then you can also form, when I zoom out a little bit over here, I just want to let you guys know that, you know, you could also be forming a WXY, or you could be forming another WXY. So all a WXY means, like if you look at a WXY, all it means is that each leg has 3 waves inside of it. So you have an ABC, 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 and then you form a WXY. Okay, so what this basically means is you could now be forming a W where you have your first ABC, ABC. You could be forming ABC, X, and I want to see a three-wave structure to the downside to form Y. Okay, and then we can continue momentum back to the upside, where you could have a larger WXY. Right, so not easy. Corrective structures in Elliott wave theory are not easy. That's why I trade my trends. I look for bullish and bearish CVD. I look for areas of confluence. I look for my daily levels. I look for my point of controls, and I just trade level to level. Right. And let's see what happens when we get to that trend. Right, legends. Because everyone is waiting for the 49 level to be hit, wouldn't we front run this level? Yes. Something I often like to talk about is that when everyone is waiting for a level, chances are you can front run it or you break it. Okay. And I've seen it happen and play out. And I'm sure you staring at the charts every single day, trying to make sense of the price action, has seen it play out often as well. Okay. My chart is frozen here for some reason. Okay. Let me go back. Right, my chart is frozen. While that attempts to do something over here, let me just go and talk quickly here about Bitcoin dominance. It looks like it's forming the symmetrical triangle over here. Okay, you can see a little bit of a bull or bear flag. Okay, whatever you want to call this, a flag. I'll just call it a flag. I don't like to label them bullish or bearish flags. Obviously, losing the bear flag, retesting this great support that's held for so long as resistance could give us a little bit of a, love to the altcoins. And then obviously breaking back out, okay, without the fake out, could take us to that 60% mark that a lot of people are eyeing. Okay, right, here we go. I've often spoken about when everyone is waiting for a level, often what happens is you front run it. So this structure could definitely front run that idea. When I take a fib expansion from the high to the low to the high, okay, we have tapped the 1-to-1 ratio, which is a C wave target, A, B, C. So if we are going to front run this area, it needs to happen now. Okay. If we lose this area, I'm afraid we could come down lower because everyone is waiting for this area. And the area that I will be watching quite carefully is the 1.618 at $43,834, because that's regarded as an extended C wave target to the downside. So when I look at this structure, just clean it up slightly over here, okay? When you take your fib from the high to the low to the high, and you look at the structure as a simple A, B, C, okay, your extended C wave target is at $43,834. I am sure, okay, a lot of people that was waiting for this area over here are going to be extremely bearish when we hit the 1.618 over here, thinking that it didn't hold, we're back in the bear market, everyone's going to be calling for $9,000. You're just going to see bearish case scenarios all over social media. That's where you want to buy up the fear. So you either front run it from where we are right now, or you break it. And I've seen this play out often. It's very seldom when everyone is watching a level over here. You're just going to get that beautiful soft landing for continuation to the upside. So if we do come down lower, I expect us to come down a little bit lower than what people are anticipating at $43,000. Even the point of control here at $40,000. Okay. Right, legends, because I mean, this can definitely be, if I just briefly count the structure here from a bearish case perspective, this can be a 1, 2, and we are busy with a third wave, okay, that can go all the way to the 1.618. Then you want to make a fourth wave, and you want to make a final fifth wave. Okay, so definitely a possibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Legends, smash up the like for the education. Make sure that you subscribe for future notifications. That is basically it from my side today. Hope you're all having a wonderful evening, Monday, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers for now.